Hey again, guys. So, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and there are a lot of people that are frustrated, burned out. Some even stop buying, stop making videos. And, I've been feeling a lot of the same things. As far as hobby burnout and getting frustrated and so forth. And I've come to the conclusion that, I just need to snap out of it. There's still lots of things you can collect. And I think that if you are really frustrated and not having fun, and it's more stressful to you than enjoyment, that probably, you're one of those people that, you allow PSA to dictate your enjoyment, and it's not fun to have to pay that much money. It's not fun to have to wait 7 months to get your cards back. I know on Facebook groups, I see people posting like videos of PSA's warehouse and talking about how they have 1 million back orders or whatever, and showing racks and racks and racks of submissions. You shouldn't really, in my opinion, allow grading companies or other people to dictate to you whether you can enjoy your hobby or not, right? I mean, there's still lots of great things to collect. Recently, I've been buying, as I've mentioned, more inexpensive cards. And, if you don't want to send in to PSA and wait 7 months, 8 months, then just buy them graded. They're usually cheaper that way anyway than buying raw and sending them in and paying the fees and paying the shipping and all that good stuff. The big high-priced cards are all the hobby staples. And of course, I've seen prices coming down a bit. I've seen people do videos demonstrating that the prices are coming down a bit. But, there are way more cards than just the iconic cards. I was really into chess for a while. And what always amazed me about chess is you can go back to like the 1600s and study games of the great players. And even though there's only so many pieces and so many checkers on the board, so many moves you can make, there's a finite number of pieces, a finite number of squares, a finite number of moves. Still, it's infinite. If you look at the games, there's no two games are ever alike. It's just an infinite thing. So you can study chess all your life, you're never going to master it. And card collecting is the same thing. And you don't really realize it until you start looking around at all the different sets, different eras, different years, different sports. There's all kind of stuff to collect. And it's just like you can collect for the rest of your life. And you can get great things, and you will never even make a dent on what you can collect. It's just, I find it sad that so many people are frustrated, and that I've felt that way, and that we are allowing like the speculators and the rippers and the flippers and the people buying out targets and the grading companies raking us over to coals. We're allowing all of this to affect our enjoyment. And really, it shouldn't be that way. And I was to the point where, I was thinking about taking a break. I was thinking about not buying anything, and I was buying very little. And I certainly discounted any choice of sending cards in for grading and waiting 7 months to get them back. My last experience, wasn't fun, so I had already come to the conclusion. I was waiting till Corona was over and all this craziness was done. But it's not done, and it's not going to be done anytime soon. It's just getting worse. But I just feel like there's a lot of people out there that are feeling bad about, I don't want to say their collection, but the hobby in general. and that kind of saddens me. And I noticed there's a lot more people that are doing just kind of talking videos more than showing. And, voicing opinions, and there's going to be a lot of disagreement over all of this. But, man, if you collect the way I do, and you love raw cards as much as you love graded cards, I like the card. I don't necessarily have to have the holder. Some of the things I've been buying up are some of the things from like the 80s, and some things I like to collect, and these are still so cheap. Like, here's a beautiful Gaylord Perry Hostess card. Fantastic image there. Here's a 2008 Tom Brady kickoff. I got some star stickers from Fleer. Here's a Mike Schmidt. And I've always loved these star stickers. And here's the Mike Schmidt checklist. I know they have, I have a George Brett and a George Brett checklist too. I'm not sure if those are the only two checklists. Have to check that out. And I was going through my 1981 Fleer set that I had put together when I was a little kid. And I noticed that my Mike Schmidt, one of the Mike Schmidts in the set, had kind of a bad corner. So I replaced it. And I put the 79 set together when I was a kid, but man, the 79 O-Peaches are fantastic. And if a player was traded, they will type right on there, traded to. And Jim Palmer's got to be one of, if not the most underrated pitcher of all time. He was a great pitcher. And I added, showed you the other day one of these, but I added another T207, Marty O'Toole. And I showed you guys these 1974 Capitol Publishings. And I love to get these cards because they're really cool looking. They're a little oversized, but you can get a lot of the cards that you can't afford of their playing days. This is a Lefty Williams. Try to find a playing day card of him and see what you'd have to pay. And these are still going for very little money. They're a pretty rare, great set for 1974, and they're fantastic cards. So, I think it's helpful to all of us collectors to know that we're all pretty much going through the same thing. And I did a video a while back, questions that you might ask yourself if you're a PSA addict, and for the most part I got support for it, but a little negativity from it, because if you put something like that out there, you're going to get some dislikes, you're going to get some not so nice comments. That's fine. The reason that I did it, number one, it was meant to be half a joke, right? It was sarcasm. And number two is those are questions I ask myself. So I figure if I am thinking about those things myself, you probably are. You probably are too, or most collectors are. Just thoughts that go through my mind, like trying to justify certain things. So, I hope everybody who is thinking about stop collecting or stop making YouTube, I hope you reconsider or take a step back. I mean, it's okay to take a break. It's certainly okay to take a break. There are times throughout our lives where maybe we're going through a bad time. We lose our jobs. We have other things going on. Maybe we don't have the time. Maybe we don't have the money, and that's fine. I think something else that is a good idea to do if you're going to stop buying and you still want to enjoy your collection is maybe put a set together that you haven't collated or checklist and see what you need to complete that set. If you have a card room or something, rearrange it. Put some different cards out. If your cards are all over the place, organize them. Get some BCW boxes, put them together via sets or eras or years or however you like to do that. I find that like curating my collection sometimes is the most fun part for me. Maybe you have some old beat up holders. I don't know, get some new holders and put your cards in new, fresh, clean holders, something like that. There are certainly other ways we can all enjoy this hobby without getting wrapped up in having to pay top dollar for those most iconic cards or chasing those hot rookies. I mean, all the cards I'm buying are cheaper than modern hanger boxes. I mean, think about that. So, I just had a few things on my mind. I wanted to share that all with you. As always, thanks for watching. Love collecting.